Man, I hope that whenever they do another orchestra concert, this version of this song gets played in a medley with the others. The other title musics. Hi. Welcome back to Miles Edgeworth, Ace Attorney, Investigations. Gyakuten Kenji ですよね. Last time, we finished the first case. It's fine. It's a fine case. It's mostly just to teach you about how this game works, like what to expect, and to set up the plotline of the Yatagarasu, which is the Great Thief. Apparently we might have had a run-in with them already. They did hold Edgeworth at gunpoint, perhaps? Guess we'll have to find out, I say, as if I don't know, but, like, don't spoil it, please. If you know what's going on, I don't want to know that you know. I don't want to know that you know. You should be as good of an actor as me. Keep it a secret. I'm excited to start this one, though. I don't think we're gonna get to the super familiar characters today, but we are gonna get at least a little bit of gay shit-ass dialogue, so let's get into that, shall we? Yeah, Turnabout Airlines. Alright. Let's fucking go! More of Edgeworth's no good, very bad week. The murder that occurred in my office. The return of the great thief Yatagarasu. Thinking back, everything began on that fateful day, 2 days ago. Oh! That don't look like wine. Oh, but I guess it is. That's funny. Goyo. Yes. Everything began high up in the air. 9,000 feet in the air, to be precise. Thank you for flying Goyu Airlines. We are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. We are asking all passengers to please return to their seats and fasten their seatbelts. Sorry, I read that in the Japanese. Instead of Goyu. もうめんどくせえ、私。完全にオタク。Now that looked like not wine. Haha, loser. Why do I feel like I just woke up from a horrible nightmare? Ooh, I want to play on that piano real bad. 6:13, huh? Guess I was out cold for about 10 minutes. Slight turbulence indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. For your safety, we ask that you return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. I suppose turbulence is to be expected on a flight. Here lies Ugo Hughes. Okay. Though admittedly, I'm less than comfortable with anything resembling earthquakes. Oh. What's this? A travel wallet. But it's not mine. How did someone else's travel wallet wind up in my pocket? My head. Why won't this headache go away? I'll take care of this travel wallet later, or hand it off to an attendant. I love the idea, like, he went a little too hard on the wine, and he's got, like, a wine hangover. It's not what happened, but it's funny. It's funny to think about. Ugh. From earthquake-like turbulence to an elevator. What am I doing hesitating like this? Actually, I know full well why I hesitate. It was when I was still but a young child. I was caught up in a murder that happened in an elevator. But how long am I going to let my past haunt me? It's just an elevator. I'm a grown man now. I need to behave like one. Oh my god, Edgeworth. These games, so I don't think I've mentioned this yet. These games, hi Ivy! These games made me really appreciate Edgeworth so much. And, Miles is a wine mom? Oh, for sure! Also, hi Maddie. I appreciate Edgeworth so much in these games because he gets the chance to have, like, his own character development that is not centered around Phoenix. And, like, this is such a, like, God, I should be over this type beat. And it's like, no, dude, that was the most traumatizing experience of your life. No wonder, you know. Hashtag relatable. It's like when I talk to my therapist and I'm like, this is this funny story from when I was little, and then my therapist is like, that's not funny. That's a terrible thing that happened to you, and I'm like, I have to go, oop. He gets to shine in his own games, for sure, especially the second one. But this one too. This one lays a good foundation for it. Anyway. Togami Byakuya! Danganronpa. Dung 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 dung.
A body has been discovered.
Sorry. I was gonna just say the name, and then I just kept going. Dude, the Capcom sanctioned Narumitsu fanfiction is crazy. Edgeworth caring more about getting to Phoenix quickly rather than his own fear of elevator because he's in such a panic is crazy. Crazy. That's not. Oh, that's not. Anyway, more traumatic memories with elevators for you, Edgeworth. What in the world happened? Is there something wrong, sir? I must ask that you please return to your seat. Ah! He's dead! Please calm down. We mustn't jump to conclusions without all the facts. What's wrong? Did something happen? You murderer! No, you have it all wrong. It wasn't me. There's a Capcom officially sanctioned Narumitsu fanfic, the Forbidden Hospital scene. That they published in the Ace Attorney fanbook in 2005, apparently. Somebody recently translated it and put it on AO3. Crazy. The Japanese is also crazy thus far. I haven't finished reading the Japanese, though. Also, Edgeworth... Everyone, I am sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I am one of your flight attendants today, Rhoda Teniero. Or is it Teniero? I don't know how to say her name. Anyway. Unfortunately, we have just had a minor accident on this flight. An accident? Don't treat us like we're stupid. I caught a glimpse and it was a murder. What? Murder? What's going on with this flight? Everyone, please calm down. There is no reason to panic. This flight will stay on course and make its scheduled landing. We are still currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence. So until we are out of this area of turbulence, I ask that you please remain seated. But someone was killed, right? I mean, what about the killer? Let me off! The one guy with the giant stake there, he don't give a fuck. Please, there is no need to feel threatened. We have already apprehended the culprit. I ask that everyone please remain calm. What the heck is he talking about? Why should we remain calm? My name is Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecutor and I assure you I am not the killer. Being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy. We know. Boy, do we know. Have I played every Danganronpa game? I have not played, the one where you're the shooter bang bang, but I've watched someone play it. And yes, I have played 1, 2, and V3. No, you listen here. I am not the killer. I simply found the body.
So you say. However, I am sure that you are the perpetrator of this crime. I swear on my honor as a professional flight attendant.
Oh, girl, I know you aren't getting paid well enough for this. Oh, is that right?
I know what I saw. And there's even very strong incriminating evidence to back me up.
What kind of incriminating evidence is she talking about?
We've already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. Until we land, you will remain in our custody by the powers vested in our captain. I'm very sorry, but please understand our situation.
Your situation? I'm more concerned with mine and the direction it's going in. I'm not about to just sit idly by while I get accused of murder. Again! Hi, Karma. Ms. Teniro, is it?
Yes?
She's hot, by the way. By the way. Oh, like De Niro? Okay. That makes sense. Rhoda Tine. Like a lot of De Niro? Rhoda. Okay, maybe. Maybe. She's hot, by the way, though. Just saying, she's hot. Anyway.
Yes.
I was wondering if you might give me a chance.
A chance?
I accidentally made you British. I'm so sorry.
A chance? To do what?
A chance to plead my case. And a chance to ask you what you meant by incriminating evidence just now. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to give a proper defense. Can the professional flight attendant inside of you really call this action righteous?
You have a point. Very well, I'll listen to what you have to say. But be wary of what you reveal. I'm afraid you'll only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy. I also do not have the time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick.
Of course, as you wish.
Good. Very well then, let's get started.
I know for a fact that I didn't kill that man in the elevator. What I don't know is what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve. But I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime mental gaze. She's so attractive, dude. Alright, so we have, obviously, this. We have this. We have dude. Byakuya Togami. All times shown correspond to our departure time zone. Okay, and where were they departing from? We don't know yet. We don't know. Oh, she's baby. Oh, I didn't. Oh my god, she's little. She's kind of baby. I didn't realize. She's still hot. Listen. You're baby till you're 25. I'm so sorry. Accept it. Embrace it, in fact. It will make your life easier. Alright.
I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I am certain you are the killer. The scene I saw in front of the elevator. It was you, standing there with fresh blood dripping off of the murder weapon. So, if you would please cooperate, we'll turn you over just as soon as we land.
That's it? That's her evidence?
I don't think you could ask for a more perfect witness testimony.
Yes, you can. Yes, we can.
Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth?
Not really. It's hardly perfect when there's a gaping hole in it. Show hole. I've seen people call that dark-haired guy in that Love and Deep Space game middle-aged. He's like 29. Dude, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. People who call people in their 30s middle-aged are crazy. People live a long time now. My grandma's in her 90s. That means her middle age was like 45. People are stupid. Anyway, what's new? Alright.
Hold it!
Tell me, what exactly puts the pro and professional flight attendant for you?
Well, it means we are very professional about how we take care of our passengers. Services like fetching papers and responding to calls are done with speed and accuracy. I can assure you that I give testimonies with the same level of professionalism.
She's like a more... She's like the maid, a little bit, but with like a little bit more diction and youth.
But I'm sure you have already realized that by now, right?
I forgot about this, right, with the smile.
It's a bit hard to appreciate your professionalism when I'm the one under suspicion.
If that Dilfer MILF doesn't have at least one grown kid or is divorced. Yeah. Are they really what they say they are? So true.
And there you have it. My professional testimony is accurate and reliable.
Question for you, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm certain you're the killer.
Hold it!
Uh-huh.
You certainly seem sure of yourself.
Of course! A professional flight attendant can't afford to make mistakes after all. We are paid so little.
Perhaps. But you must admit there are a few who can look at murder with a clear mind.
We attendants all go through extensive training and are always calm and collected. We'll even calmly serve you coffee if you so wish, as the plane makes a splashdown.
I've never noticed her twitching smile. I didn't notice that when I was playing the DS version.
I fail to see how that would be the calm and rational thing to do in an emergency.
Even until the bitter end, we are there to serve the passengers. That is the duty of all professional flight attendants.
You certainly are confident. Anyway, shall we return to your testimony?
I feel like he respects her. He like sees her as a young professional. He's like, yeah, I respect it.
Yes. What did you see in front of the elevator?
That's what I was just about to tell you, Mr. Edgeworth. Framed by the elevator doors and bathed in the light coming from within.
Hold it!
The murder weapon, dripping with blood? Really now?
I swear that it was I swear that was the grisly scene I saw before me. Thank goodness it wasn't a passenger who saw, or there'd be widespread panic by now.
As I recall, you were quite panicked yourself at the time.
Excuse me?
You were scared enough to misread the situation and accuse me of murder.
Nonsense! Professional flight attendants cannot afford to be that flustered. I witnessed the murder scene and am now listening to your defense, all with a smile.
Apparently you also lie with a smile on your face.
Hold it!
I am not the culprit, and yet you would keep these restraints on me?
Mr. Edgeworth, please try to understand what kind of situation you are in right now.
And what exactly is my situation?
I have the backing of the captain to keep you bound in this way. We are within our legal right to restrain anyone who might threaten our captain mid-flight. In essence, you're in the same situation as someone who has been arrested by the police.
So I am to stay restrained until I can clear up all of her doubts? At least I'm close. Her mistake shines like the silver lining on a dark rain cloud. And I'm going to capture some of that light with evidence.
Okay. Hey, girlie, I'm so sorry. I don't know what you think the murder weapon was, but you're probably incorrect. Cause, hold on. Yeah, that's not it.
Objection!
Oh. Do I have to present the thing that she thought it was? Oh, okay. I'm ahead of myself. The murder weapon is so clearly that statue because it has blood on it. My bad.
That's okay. That's okay.
Objection!
There we go.
Miss Tenero.
Tenero. It's so... Why did they spell it like that if they wanted it to sound like dinero? Dinero.
Tenero.
I guess, like, it could also sound like arrow. Like aeroplane. Whatever.
What is with the yelling all of a sudden?
Force of habit. Well, it doesn't matter. Miss Tenero, you say that you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood. Is that correct?
Yes, all that blood. Drip, drip, drip. Just recalling that scene sends a chill down my spine.
Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you.
What?
I'd like to direct your attention to this. Do you know what this is?
It's a travel wallet, right? But it looks a little big and bulky.
The thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator was this very travel wallet, Miss Tenero.
What? Impossible!
Now then, do you still think I am the killer? That I killed him with a travel wallet?
Can you imagine?
I saw blood dripping from the wallet. I know I did.
As you can see, this wallet is clearly stained. But if you would be so kind as to take a whiff, I think you'd agree it's only grape juice.
Oh, I'm sorry. Grape juice, not wine. He said grape juice. Shui Takumi's influence.
Then...
That's right. You mistook grape juice for blood. The murder weapon dripping with blood does not, in fact, exist.
No!
There. That should clear up that pesky accusation.
Hold it! Wait just a second. That is... I mean, even a wallet could be deadly if it were wrapped around something heavy. I demand that you show me what's inside. Please.
She's trembling, and the tacked-on please at the end. Sounds like I've got her. There's no need to look inside. Even you can tell from its appearance that it's light.
No! I can't be sure of anything until I see the contents of that wallet for myself.
She's a persistent one. I suppose we have no choice but to see what's inside. Miss Tenero, if you would be so kind as to open the wallet and check its contents for me.
All right. I usually don't pry into passengers' belongings, but we have no choice here.
Oh, Virginia!
It seems that this passport is all that's in here. As you saw, there is nothing but a passport inside. This renders your wallet was the murder weapon argument moot. Wouldn't you agree?
Hold it! Please, hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth.
What is it now?
Well, I was wondering, whose passport is it exactly? Can I take a look?
Why not? I'm rather curious myself.
Ackby Higgs. Type P. What does that mean? Is that just passport? Anyway.
This is... I know him from the game Danganronpa.
Sorry. He's kind of... In this game, he's kind of...
Just as I thought. This travel wallet belonged to Mr. Ackby Hicks, which makes it the victim's property.
There is but a passport inside.
He looks like a Final Fantasy character. He looks like if Prompto and Ignis had a baby. He's serving. For sure, for sure.
You stole the victim's wallet. Didn't you?
How dare you!
You said it yourself. You claimed to be holding this wallet in your hands when I found you. Perhaps I did misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon. But it seems that I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is. As you claimed, the murder weapon is not the travel wallet. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks' money, weren't you?
No. The money is all over that elevator, baby doll. Sweetie girl.
So even though I didn't have the murder weapon on me, you still suspect me, I see.
You stood up at the crime scene with the victim's wallet in your hands. How can I turn a blind eye and not suspect you of foul play?
Hold it!
Shouldn't that be proof enough for you that I did not murder the victim?
Not at all!
Oh, and why not?
Why would he want to steal that money regardless? Yeah, look at this man. He's in first class. Miles and Phoenix embody does it look like he needs money, but in the opposite direction. Yeah, they're the two ends of the scale. That's so funny, Maddie.
Because that wallet may not have been what I thought it was.
Hold it!
You think I stole it?
Yes, I'm very sorry to say it, and I wouldn't usually be so rude, but it must be said. I never thought I'd see the day, but here I am calling a passenger a thief. Maybe I should put on a serious face and say it more directly. I believe you removed the wallet from the victim's personage.
It really doesn't matter how you phrase it.
That's so funny because he overuses that word too. Long lost younger sister, question mark?
What I'd like to know is why you think I stole Mr. Hicks's wallet.
A power couple? A power couple, I don't know how else to describe it other than a power couple. You put them together and they overcome anything and are so genuinely powerful in all situations. Hi, Nim!
Hold it!
I don't think I have any sort of motive to speak of. I've never met Mr. Hicks before, and our only connection is this one flight.
But that is more than enough of a reason.
How do you figure?
He was sitting in first class, and I think the implication is quite clear.
I am too, girl! Don't you see my custom shit lying around in my big law book? Oh, girl.
You think I was after his money? Where did that cockamamie idea come from?
Great word. This game was the first time I had ever seen this word spelled out. I had no idea how to spell it. I knew the word, but I had never seen it written, only spoken. Great word.
True, you are also a passenger in first class, but I thought something was off about you and those deeply etched lines on your forehead.
God, yeah.
They're not lines, they're perfectly normal and a part of my natural face.
I don't think I've ever met someone with such a terrible countenance on a flight before.
He's stressed because it's rumbly. Oh no, guys.
And that's when it hit me. You have the face of someone with money trouble.
She really is making a fool of herself, pursuing this line of logic. I should spare her and present the piece of evidence that contradicts her testimony.
Also, I haven't mentioned it yet, but Edgeworth, the sprite with his arms tied back is so funny. The fact that it doesn't just give him his normal sprite, that like it genuinely fucking girl, there's money all over.
Objection!
I wonder if I might get a word in, Miss De Niro.
What is it now?
Miss De Niro, I wonder if you noticed the contradiction within your own testimony.
What are you talking about?
It's simply impossible that the motive for this murder was monetary theft. One glance at the crime scene should have told you that. What about this scene would prove that the motive for the murder was not the money?
Guys, what do you think? Hey guys, what do you guys think?
If I may direct your attention to the things strewn all over the floor. Ah! That's right. The floor is covered in bills and coinage.
Just say coins! They always are using the edge. Oh, he's so... what a loser.
By your rationale, these were the very things the killer was after.
Ah!
I think we can assume that the wallet fell during the victim's struggle with his killer. And I would think that the killer would have noticed something like money scattering everywhere. Furthermore, as you can see, there was no effort made by the killer to gather the money.
But the wallet!
Ah, yes, the wallet. You will also recall that the only thing in it was Mr. Hicks's passport.
Ah!
If you are really insisting that it was a crime based on greed, then you're claiming that it was all for an empty travel wallet.
Forgive me, please! Hey, what the heck? What the heck is going on around here?
Oh no, him. Sorry. Menace spotted. Are you saying the attendant's wrong? So that guy isn't the killer? Don't believe it, everyone. It's a trick.
Will you all please be quiet? Miss Tenero,
Yes?
you lost your cool when you saw the dead body. Plus, the lounge was dark, and looking into the light from the elevator, it's easy to see how you mistook the wallet in my hand for the murder weapon. I take no offense that you thought I was the killer.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Thank you for releasing me.
I will miss you, struggling Edgeworth Sprite. We'll meet again someday. God, not this guy.
What is it now?
No. This guy's so gross.
Miss Tenero, if you could please translate, I'd be much obliged.
It sounds like Borginian, but I don't understand any of it. There's another attendant on this flight who...
He's like Slavic, right? Like... Russian. Like Machi was. До свидания. Have you heard there's a rumor in CP? Sorry, I was like trying to think of like Russian to get. Hi, groovy antagonist. Rip bent over Edgeworth. He shall be missed. Bless. Give me some time to get into this because I kind of forget what it sounds like to be Russian. Russia. Do Russians say it more like Russia? I said that he is giving the runabout. I don't require an interpreter. I speak English just well, see? You, the attendant.
Yes, sir.
I want this person to be under the arrest until we arrive at the airport.
I'm sorry, sir, but what exactly are you hoping for?
What is it you want? I am finished talking to the likes of you.
Please, I would like to hear why you would like me to be held under arrest until we land.
You! How dare you try to waste my time?
You were the one who stuck your nose into my affairs.
I mean, your drama did just become the whole plane's drama, I fear. Also, what the fuck does that the poster says license to love, laugh, maim, and murder. Can I get a copy of this? Doofenshmirtz on crack and was... I don't know who that is. Hi, Troy Gaming. I don't need hints. I've played this before. Anyway, I was getting distracted by the... yeah, Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. I need that poster, in fact. That has... I need that really bad. Like, really, really bad. If someone's selling that on Redbubble or some shit, I need that. Anyway, I wanted to spend even at least one more second with my precious art. I have no time for other things. I know what you are. I see through you. Okay, bye. See you. Have fun. Insolvent. That's not... Yes, I am pretty sure that's how you say it in English.
Well, I should hope I'm not monetarily bankrupt, but I don't think that's what you meant. I'm sorry, but I don't think I caught your name.
I am Zinc Leblanc, too. Oh, maybe he should be French. I am a very wealthy man in the Bourgogne, but I am not an ordinary rich man. I am an art dealer. A rich seller of beauty.
Mr. LeBlanc, what did you mean just now?
Pardon?
When you said that Mr. Edgeworth was giving me the runabout.
Sorry. It's just a turnabout. It would be the word. And now I'm like, what did they put in the... Because it's like gyakuten is clearly the word that it's like supposed to be in the Japanese, but I wonder... like... How do I say? Like, what did they use as the pun, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway. I have to explain? Unbelievable. I will say it once and only once. I do not have even a second to waste. Time is money, as they say.
Yes, and yet you continue to blather on.
I saw it. Yes, I did. I saw the victim go onto the elevator. Going down to the lounge. It was exactly at 6 o'clock. Now we get a better look at that poster. Hold on. License to love, laugh, maim, and murder. And that's, my friends, that is just what it's like to be a lesbian.
And what's the significance of that time?
At 6, he says. Wait, you saw him at 6?
Ah! What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth?
He understands, I see. Miss Attendant, what time did you discover the body?
Well, it was a little after that patch of turbulence, so I would say around 6:15. Ah!
Hicks was his name, was it? Then I say that man, Hicks, was killed in the 15-minute time span. And the only person in the lounge at that time was this prosecutor. Yes. Yeah, I was in my seat the whole time.
Me too. I was watching the movie and enjoying a fine glass of grape juice.
That man is an alcoholic. Dude, how is he alive? Getting blasted on a plane is the worst, actually. I was still eating. I still haven't finished, see? The other passengers have an alibi, so you have no problem with them, I suppose. No compliant, I see. Not a single word against this, right?
I have no way of discounting what you have put forth at this point, but it wasn't me.
Oh, so you say, but do you have what to say? The evidence?
Mr. Edgeworth, are you really the culprit after all?
Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you are quite certain in what you saw, enough to give testimony.
Of course! I was looking at that man the whole time. He was playing with that annoying little, small machine the whole time.
Machine?
Yes, that's what do people call it in English, yes. It was making me crazy with the click, click, click.
From that description, it sounds like some sort of small computer.
I believe what Mr. LeBlanc is talking about is a cell phone. I have to say that I did see him playing with it quite a bit myself.
A simple cell phone? A laptop or organizer I can see, but that's kind of low budget.
Your husband still has a flip phone in the year of our Lord 2019. Hold on, I'm gonna take off my sweater. Too warm. I'm laughing too much. It's too warm. I don't know if you remember this interaction, but this exact moment is what I meant by it's more clear that grape juice is a step in for alcohol in AI. Yeah, I do remember you saying that now. So the original... I would say the original point of the grape juice was because Shutakumi was like, that's my favorite drink. And then they went with it for A4. But then they were like, yeah, it does look like alcohol. Because Shutakumi didn't work on this game at all. And so I think that they ran with it and were like, yeah, grape juice. So I don't think it was the original intention to be that necessarily. But it is. But now it is. Make of that what you will. It's whatever. I hate that noisy little machine in his hand. Not a fragment of beauty. All it produces is ugly sounds. Anyway, I know what I saw. Oh, you would know something about ugly, huh? God, his outfit drives me nuts. So much clashing going on.
Miss Tenero,
Yes?
I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine the crime scene.
What? You want to examine the crime scene?
If you would grant me a little measure of time, I'm sure I can produce the real culprit.
I don't like the sound of that. Fox in the duck pen. Yes, I think that is how you say it in English.
It's Fox guarding the hen house, and I believe my innocence was proven earlier. And if I'm given the chance, I can clear up all the remaining doubts. Miss Tenero, if you wait until we arrive, there is a good chance that some evidence will have been destroyed by then.
He makes a good point.
I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say.
Ha! This should not be approved.
Please, Mr. LeBlanc. In an emergency, all decisions are to be made by the captain alone. Now please wait here while I go ask the captain what to do. I'll be right back.
You are not planning to erase evidence when you are doing your investigation, yes?
Of course not.
Ha! We will see.
Mr. Edgeworth, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene.
Oh, what? Unbelievable.
I am in your debt, Miss Tenero.
However, there is one condition. I am to supervise you. Can you agree to that?
Congratulations on your promotion to Weird Girl, Miss Tenero.
Of course, I see no problem with that stipulation. It's only natural as I am still a suspect in this case.
I take full responsibility and will watch Mr. Edgeworth's every move. I hope this is reassurance enough that there will be no foul play. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? If you should need my help with anything, please feel free to use X to talk.
Is that the poster of Die Hard in the background? No, it's License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder.
It's time to head to the scene of the crime, the first floor lounge.
We should investigate this area, too. Yay.
This was Mr. Hicks's seat. I don't see the machine Mr. LeBlanc was talking about.
Perhaps it's in the elevator?
Maybe. We should probably head down to the crime scene now.
No. I want to look at everything. Oh my god. Whoa. Whoa. The loading. The switch. She's struggling. Okay, anyway.
It's my seat. Unfortunately, I didn't bring anything particularly useful for an investigation. It's not as if I'm constantly prepared for such a thing to occur. Snakes on a plane.
I mean, you have a law book. Hey.
Ah, that's right. I was in the middle of recreating a chess game.
Just an observation, but aren't there too many red knights around that lone blue pawn?
Nonsense. It simply shows that the blue pawn is no match for the red knight's might.
There's something clinically wrong with this man. Don't get near me, you criminal.
He said, "Don't get near me, you criminal."
I am not the killer, and I intend to prove that starting now.
But that's contrary to the facts.
He says, but that's contrary to the facts.
I can understand his English just fine, thank you very much. What's a lifesaver doing here?
I bought it at the in-flight shop just beyond the lounge. He's so obsessed with the Phoenix. Be normal challenge failed. If something should happen, having one will save your life.
I think this guy would have been better off not taking a plane to begin with.
And if Edgeworth's saying that, then you know it's something.
If I may have a word with you.
This steak, so awesome.
That's great to hear. However, I would like to ask you a few questions.
I was here whole time, so wouldn't know.
Eat or speak. Please pick one.
Is that guy's liver okay? It might be mechanical. It's just like Emma.
I think he chose to eat.
Yes, I can hear that.
Good for him. Honestly. Oh! I didn't mean to do it. I didn't want to do it yet. I still had things I wanted to look at. Oh, it's fine.
I want to thank you for your help back there, Miss Tenero.
It was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you. Your standing with me hasn't changed one iota.
Man-hating lesbian, I smell it. I know what you are. I saw that other female flight attendant. I know what you guys do in your hotels. No, not really. I do have a friend who's a flight attendant, but she's pretty lone wolf. She just goes and, like, hangs out. This plane is insane. How is it even airborne? Yeah, that's a good question. And maybe it's only first class. Maybe there's no economy.
I see. I will bear that in mind.
I received an order from the captain earlier. He wanted you to know that we reserve the right to stop your investigation if we feel you are not making progress. And when we do, he asks that you please return to your seat at that time.
So my time runs out at his and his crew's discretion, does it? I have to find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony before time's up. I understand. By the way, is there any place you can think of where the killer might hide on board?
I don't think so. After every first-class passenger was accounted for at his or her seat, we made a thorough search of the plane. As for business and economy class,
Oh, okay, so this plane is just ridiculous.
no one can move between those two classes and first class without a staff keycard. And we found no record of a keycard being used at all.
Which means that I have a first-class killer on my hands. At least I know that much for sure. And one other thing. No one else has been allowed near this crime scene since the murder was discovered either.
Alright, let's fucking go. What? Yeah, it seems to be a double-decker.
Now then, let's get started.
But where should we start from?
Let's start with Mr. LeBlanc's statements. The crime occurred between 6 a.m. and 6:15 a.m. During that interval, the only person in the lounge was myself, which would make me the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, it means that the killer was around somewhere.
If we are to believe what you say is true, then yes.
The first order of business will be to gather information to win your trust.
Okay. Let's start over here, shall we?
These bottles and glasses must have been broken by the turbulence. There was quite a bit of broken glass here. Please be careful when passing through the area.
Thank you very much for the warning, Mr. Edgeworth. However, no matter how kind you are towards me, know that it does not clear up any suspicions I have about you.
I wasn't warning you for the sake of clearing my name.
He's like, see if I ever be nice to a woman again.
This door leads to the flight attendant's room.
Suspicious.
But please understand that it's off limits to unauthorized personnel.
The room is giving off the scent of women's perfume. One would think that perfume would smell great. However, to me it simply smells.
We have a misogynist and a misandrist in the same room. We love to see it. I love Ace Attorney.
Not that I have any interest in what lies beyond this door.
Fellas. And now that's a homosexual.
Perhaps we should
return to the investigation, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth?
Sorry, I spaced out for a second there.
He was thinking about men.
These counter windows offer a glimpse of the sky, but these clouds, they tell me nothing.
He's so weird.
Mr. Edgeworth, you look like you're talking to the clouds.
Is that so? Then tell me, what do you suppose I said to them?
I don't know, but it looked like a rather one-sided conversation.
The clouds! They tell me nothing. He's so funny. He's so silly. They are besties, dude. I believe that. They have the potential to become besties after their worsties era.
There are a few copies of Sky magazine in the magazine rack.
This month's special is an English trivia quiz.
That's not a bad idea. I've heard that the youth of today don't know a particle from a participle.
Unfortunately, he's correct.
Now, please don't go around confusing people with made-up words, Mr. Edgeworth. Who's ever heard of such a silly word as participle?
Case in point.
Piano. Let's play.
This grand piano is the pride of this plane.
Can I play? Can I play? Dun, 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 dun. I think sometime I bet I could hook up my my mic to my piano.
It can play the music of whatever CD we insert into its CD drive.
That's not a piano, it's more like an overgrown music box.
Ah, but its keys to press along with the music as though there really is someone playing it.
Some people have entirely too much money to waste on overly complex toys,
He says. I know, I see the fucking Steel Samurai shit in your room, King. With all due respect.
What or who is this?
This is a bronze statue of the founder of Go U Airlines, Mr. Hugo Hughes.
I get it.
Hugo Hughes. The one on the left is of when he was in his 40s, and the other of him is of him in his 80s.
Did the man age at all over those 4 decades? Maybe I need to squint more.
Foreshadowing! Foreshadowing is a narrative device! Edgeworth needs glasses! Except he doesn't. Not here, but he does.
This toppled over chair, yet another victim of the turbulence.
Ah! No, look at all that grape juice staining the back! It may not look it, but this chair was extremely valuable.
It was?
Yes, it was used when the Rocker Pals came to tour on this plane.
He looks like the Monopoly Man, Karma. I feel like he looks like the Monopoly Man. That reminds me, I need to get my eye exam. Yeah, I keep getting emails from the old place that I used to go in New York because it's been 3 years. And they're like, hey, you need an eye exam, bestie. And I'm like, hey, I'm not there anymore. Sorry, but thanks. True, but not for you.
The Rocker Pals leader sat in this very chair.
I'm sorry, but what are these Rocker Pals?
I can't believe you've never heard of them. They're all the rage. The Rocker Pals are an extremely popular international band. They added the pals part as they became more popular, especially among teens.
Ah, that explains it. I'm not really one for the music of today. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe about them later. On second thought, I can already see how confusing the conversation would get.
That's funny.
Glasses and candles thrown into disarray by the turbulence.
It's been a while since I've seen this big of a mess. It's terribly embarrassing, though, but I thought it was an earthquake for a second. And I frantically started searching for gas valves to shut off.
I guess the shaking of the plane was bad enough to be mistaken for a real earthquake. Not that I would know, since I was unconscious for most of it.
And that's why you were unconscious, King. Bro has a PTSD episode that makes him pass out and then is like, the Pal Pals.
The in-flight shop is just beyond these shutters, but we don't have permission to open them, so I'm afraid I must leave them closed.
There must still be clues to be found here in this lounge. I must remain ever vigilant. There's some spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. I assume it was spilled during the turbulence.
Oh, we must clean that up or someone might get hurt.
Aha!
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I found some very important evidence.
Whenever this song starts up, that doot doot, and I go, it's like so glad I don't have a camera, but you should know that my shoulders start moving.
What is the important piece of evidence in this scene?
It's footprints.
Pizza!
Ashioto. What is it?
They're a little smudged, but I think we can both agree that they are a set of footprints.
A vintage grape juice. Yes.
So you think?
Yes, these belong to our killer.
Oh, then maybe we should check the shoe sizes of everyone in first class.
I don't think that will be of any help to us. Unfortunately, the prints are too smudged, which will make it hard to get a definitive match.
Oh, I see.
She's so cute, though. Okay, let's hear your dialogue really fast.
Are you in need of assistance?
Miss Teniro, I'd like to ask you about investigating the lounge.
As long as you have the captain's permission, I can't stop you from looking around.
If you could pass a message along, tell him I'm grateful for his spirit of cooperation.
I will. However, please realize that you are still under suspicion. To be honest, I still have my doubts about you.
Of course, and I take no offense.
Do you really understand what I'm saying?
Yes, verily.
Not the verily.
Do you pinky swear you do on your honor as a professional prosecutor?
I pinky swear I do, on my honor as a professional prosecutor.
Well, I guess that settles that.
He's like, I haven't made a pinky promise since I was 9.
His spirit of justice, one might say. Yes, indeed. Danny and Megan started that today, and it was like coming home. That game, I love her so. I love her so.
I feel my honor as a man slowly diminishing. Did you notice anything?
I was wondering whose footprints are those are next to the elevator.
I'd say the killers, wouldn't you say? Even if they aren't, I'm sure they are a vital clue to solving this case.
Ooh, maybe there are other clues waiting to be found in other places. Come on now, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go find them together.
A word of advice. Nobody likes a credit thief, so stop stealing my lines.
Foreshadowing is a narrative device.
Even if you show that to me, I still cannot allow you free reign. I'm sorry, but I must admit that I still have my doubts about you.
Guilty until proven innocent, I see.
Okay, nothing. And we can't present these, right? Bummer. Okay, for 62 though, his hair looks good. If that's his real hair, even. That might be a weave. We don't know. Alright.
What floors does this elevator service?
Only the first and second, although it can also go down to the cargo.
Oh, so this plane has 3 stories. So the ceilings must be really low. For this to fucking fly.
However, that requires a flight
flight crew keycard. That was hard to say.
So the only floors accessible to the passengers are the first and second, huh? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
No, there's so many. Okay, well, money.
Money is strewn all over the floor of the elevator. I would guess it was all in Mr. Hicks's wallet at some point.
Okay. What's that? Oh, maybe that's a credit card. Okay, this is what I was thinking earlier.
What is this sinister-looking figure on the floor here?
Oh, that's a piggy bank of our company mascot, Captain Yuko.
Okay, he's cute. Okay, he's cute though. What do you mean sinister? He's cute!
It's just one of the many pieces of merchandise we sell at our in-flight shop. This bank is a limited edition and is so popular that we're down to our last one.
You have an in-flight shop.
Yes, it's just beyond the lounge to the right. The shutter to the store is closed at the moment, but it was open the whole flight up until Mr. Hicks's body was discovered.
There's blood on here. Could this have been the murder weapon?
Okay, well...
I doubt anyone was expecting to find a dead body in an elevator on this flight.
So Mr. Hicks, he's really dead?
Yes. She's trembling, although I can't fault her for that when there's a corpse right there.
Mr. Hicks, if you're really dead, then please answer yes.
I see she's over the trembling now, although a new symptom seems to have appeared. Anyway, I should focus on the victim's body. Let's see. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hicks's head. Could this be the cause of death? He appears to have been struck very hard. Even his glasses are broken.
Aha, okay, I was gonna say, this looks...
I wonder what was hanging off of this lanyard. Something's missing from this picture. Now, if I could just put my finger on it.
Okay. Nothing. I can't examine the actual wound because it's just its own thing. Ooh, what's that? I thought it was a pocket square at first, but that's not where the pocket square goes.
There's something sticking out of his pocket. Hope he won't mind if I take a look at what's inside. It's a picture. It looks like it was taken inside a building somewhere.
Okay. The pillars in the background, there's the obvious, like, temple figure in the more toward the front. Those two pillars, what are those? What are those a reference to? That's a real thing, right? Those are a reference to something real, right? Right? Anyway. Oh. There was, hold on. Hold. Not that. Okay. He has his little cell phone on that. So this...
Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold?
Yes, because he's missing something.
Eureka!
Isn't it those statues? What statues? That's what I'm saying. Like, I recognize those pillars. Those two pillars in the background that have the more triangular point to them. What are those? Those, like, exist in real life, right? But I don't remember what they're called or what they're a reference to. So if anyone knows, please let me know.
Mr. Hicks's machine is nowhere to be found.
His machine?
His cell phone, Miss Tenero.
Ah, so I guess because it's not here.
Yes, I think we can safely deduce that the killer took it.
Olmec statues? I'm gonna look that up really fast. Sorry. I've been trying to make more friends, who are local. And I'm hitting it off with someone. She seems really nice. She's from Japan too. So we're doing like Gengo Kokan. Olmec. Oh, no. The one that's in the foreground-ish area. Like the one that's like the focal point. I don't know what that is. I think that's just meant to be something. I'm talking about the pointy ones. I can't use a cursor, but the ones that are right by Hicks's head, they almost look like the Washington Monument in a way, but they're not. But like, what are they supposed to be? They seem familiar. Anyway. Okay. Anything here? No word on these like cards here, eh? His hand is outstretched. Maybe he was like on his phone, because his hand kind of looks like it would be. Anyway. Obelisks. Obelisks. Hold on. Sorry, everyone. I just really want to know what these are. Yes! Thank you. Okay. Yes. Okay, I was gonna say I've seen these recently because of a Nancy Drew game. That's why. Okay, thank you. Literally why I remembered that. Oh my god, that's so funny. Okay. Alright. Time to piece some shit together. There's a famous one in Turkey. Interesting. Okay. This, first of all. Hell yeah, Nancy.
A statue with blood on it lying next to the body of a man who was beaten to death.
Oh! Mr. Edgeworth, I think I figured something out.
Yes? What is it?
The way the blood is on this, it looks like it matches up with the wound on his head.
Well, aren't we deserving of the Master of the Obvious title?
So savage.
Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you think that's worth investigating?
It would appear that this figurine is our murder weapon.
Oh, I just knew it. I mean, I can't think of anything other connection.
Perhaps Master of the Oblivious would be more befitting.
Okay. Sorry, Mr. Tanuki. I feel that these two go together because where it could have gone, the feet indicate that they were on the elevator and then pieced out toward the store. Okay, that's fair. Alright. Well, I guess then we maybe say this here. Okay. I was getting ahead of myself.
True. There wasn't anyone else in the lounge other than myself right before the turbulence. But if the killer was in the elevator along with the victim, then that's a different story.
Okay, and then now we connect. Okay, I was just getting ahead of myself. It happens. Anyway, now we connect.
I have it!
I'm sorry, but I don't understand, Mr. Edgeworth.
I can prove that someone other than myself was here around the time of the murder.
What? Really?
Yes. It's rather simple, actually. The proof is in the pudding, or rather, the grape juice, in this case. Proof is in the pudding is such a weird phrase. These footsteps here confess to me this very fact. That someone exited the elevator alive. Seeing as how the victim is dead, that would mean a second person.
But couldn't the footprints be from Mr. Hicks himself?
Ah, but if you take a look at our victim's shoes, you can see the soles are spotless.
Which means?
Mr. Hicks wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There was actually one other person inside the elevator.
Cool. Hell yeah, Nancy. Yeah, we've been playing the Nancy Drew games for almost 5 years now, which is crazy. And we haven't gotten through all of them because we've been alternating with other games. We alternated with the House on Fata Morgana for a while, and then like we have like our occasional stints of GeoGuessr, and then Requiem for Innocence, and Pokemon Snap, and Katamari Damacy. And once we finish this game, we'll be back to Requiem for Innocence Part 2. But yeah.
What's going on over there?
Oh my god. Oh. Hey! Hey girl, hey! Oh my god. Unforgivable. This is unforgivable. Do you understand what I am saying? The movie is late. It is the same level of bad as if the plane arrived late. But the movie... What? I will not talk to you anymore. You are just wasting my time.
What is the matter, Mr. LeBlanc? If there is no emergency, please return to your seat, sir.
Boo! Tomato, tomato, tomato. Do not tell me what to do. I need not to sit down. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, did you prove you are innocent yet?
If you would like, I will prove my innocence to you right now.
What? Nonsense. Are you saying my eyewitness testimony is mistaken?
Not mistaken, merely that there is room for doubt. I'd be most honored if you could please tell me what you saw in detail once more.
Fine, suit yourself. He has nice eyes, at least. Dare I say it?
Eyes similar to Laurent of Captain Prince.
Sorry, Nem. I am certain that I saw Mr. Hicks enter that elevator. It was when the needles on my pocket watch pointed to the 6 and the 12. The body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes. Then you, the only person in the lounge at that time, must be the criminal. Sorry, Nem. Dare I say it? That coloring is familiar.
Mr. LeBlanc's conclusions seem to make logical sense.
Yes, I do. He has beautiful blue eyes. I think they're too light for Laurent. But I wanted to make the joke, so I did. To be mean. I am always mean to my faves.
After all, the only person in the lounge at the supposed time of the murder was me.
So, my eyewitness testimony, if you think you can destroy it, then come, let me see. No, sorry. Hurry! Do I look like a man who is having the time to wait for you?
Why is he so irritated? I'm the one accused of murder here. Anyway, I must find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's account somehow, and fast.
Sorry, just his eyes. Just his eyes. And hair. Hair color. The hair color.
Hold it!
Mr. LeBlanc, were you able to get a good look at the inside of that elevator at that time?
Of course, I saw what was inside.
And you are sure that the victim was in the elevator alone?
Yes, the only person inside was that Mr. Hicks man. This is kind of how I imagine his dad looking. Maybe.
The last outburst is a bit too important to let go.
Oh, apparently in the 1300s... the 13,000s? Hey! 1300s, pudding used to be a hodgepodge of mincemeat, cereal, and sometimes blood in a sausage casing and boiled. Since they couldn't know if it was safe to eat because of lack of preservatives, they didn't know if it could kill you due to bacteria. And the only way to find out was if it was safe was by eating it. Hence, proof is in the pudding. What the fuck? That's British for sure. I never heard anything more British in my life. If that's not something the British did, I'm shocked.
Hold it!
Was he really alone?
Of course! I will bet even 1 cent.
A cheap ante for a cheap testimony. But if that's how you want to play it, I'll happily take your 1 cent.
So petty.
Hold it!
I assume the pocket watch in this case is the one you keep checking, is that correct?
Oh, you noticed. It is a very expensive antique, I will have you know. The feeling is wonderful, and I fully wind it up by hand.
It does look very well designed and quite classy.
I will have to charge you if you want to touch it.
That's quite all right. Let's continue with your testimony.
What a cheap man you are. Now return the time you wasted back to me. And if we must, I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator at 6 o'clock.
Hold it!
It's true that I found the victim's body at 6:15.
And that's when I found the two of them as well.
You see? It all matches my testimony.
Hold it!
That is the most mistaken way of thinking I have ever heard of.
Really? That's the most mistaken? Miles Edgeworth? Shaking my head. No. Your silly opinion is what's mistaken.
Please calm...
Please calm down, the both of you. In a sense, you are both mistaken.
Well, if that isn't the pot calling the kettle black, then I don't know what is. I spy a little hole in his words.
You're always looking for the hole.
As you wish, Mr. LeBlanc. I will now show you proof of my innocence.
Oh my god. Sorry, I think I need to blow my nose. 1 second. There it is. Sometimes snot just doesn't sit right in there. Okay. Is this the one you said you needed to revisit at one point? Yeah, okay. You were... I already forgot. We were making the jokes. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me look at... I already, like, literally forgot the evidence. Okay. I know this comes into play at some point, but I'm not sure if it's just yet. This isn't relevant. This isn't relevant yet. Well, actually, hold on. Oh, I can't play around with it yet? Darn. Okay. How would you have seen... See, my thing is, like, and this isn't anything that really is proved in the evidence, but how would he have seen him in the elevator and known that he was alone? Because, the angle of his seat, right? But I guess the thing that would present... Or the thing that would back that up is just that, like, there was definitely another person, so he's wrong.
Objection!
Okay, interesting. Comprised of the parts against and speak. Your dealings are clean. Okay. Okay. Alright. Bet. I mean... Oh wait, did I even present it to the right thing? This is what I meant to present it to. Okay, there we go. I confused myself. I'll say that the logic here, I don't really... Like... If I were in this situation, that's not necessarily the first thing that I would say. It's because, like... Okay, like, these footprints do prove that there was another person inside the elevator, but it doesn't prove necessarily... that, like, how do I say? It's not... like, in a way, we're proving wrong what he said about, like, there is a person, let me, like, see the exact wording of this, like, the only person inside was the Hicks man. Okay, yeah, this proves that wrong, right? But, like, also his ability to be able to see that for sure this was the only person inside, and he's sure of that, is not in evidence, which is frustrating because, like, that to me makes more sense as, like, proving him wrong. You know what I mean? Because, like, the issue with him as a witness in all of this is that he thinks he's right, and that we're not disproving his ability to think that he is right. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just not how I would go about doing it with this particular person, because he's, like, a piece of shit. Anyway. He needs to be knocked down a peg. This isn't what I would use to knock him down a peg, but whatever.
Mr. LeBlanc.
What is it?
There is a very glaring contradiction in your testimony.
What do you mean?
Please take a look at the area in front of the elevator. There, at the spilled grape juice.
Yes, and? Will you admit you also spilled it with the blood?
No, it spilled itself during the turbulence. But the interesting thing here is the set of grape juice footprints.
Footprints?
Yes, the ones that lead from within the elevator out into the lounge itself. It's evidence that proves that someone other than Mr. Hicks exited the elevator. Wow, exited the elevator alive.
No. Me when I'm constipated. There
must have been another person in the elevator with Mr. Hicks. Now then, I'm done playing games. Why don't you tell us the truth?
He just said fuck you, I'm sure.
Can you please translate for us?
Hey girl. No way, that's totally impossible, I guess is what he said. No way, that is totally impossible. I know there was no other person in there. I saw with my own eyes.
If you want to know what I think, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying to us.
I suppose she's right. He doesn't seem to be lying.
See, that's what I'm saying is, like, yeah, this just kind of, like, supports what I was saying. I mean, I understand that's a video game, so they want to drag it out to, like, be things. But if I were doing this in real life, that's not, like, what I would have said.
But then, what does it mean? What about this contradiction? Mr. LeBlanc, please, just once more, will you recall the details of what you witnessed for me?
I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat. Everyone looks so good in the new HD models, yeah. Though I will say those DS sprites were fucking amazing. That's like the best the series ever looked. I was always checking the time, over and over again. I happened to follow that man with my eyes when he passed me, and I saw clearly into the elevator he was entering, but I swear there was no one else inside. No one.
Mr. LeBlanc, if you would please calm down.
What? Dare you too have an issue with my eyewitness testimony?
No, not at all. Please forget I said anything.
Yet again, he doesn't appear to be lying. But I can't let this testimony stand as the truth.
Hold it!
So are you still upset now?
I am always upset. The only time I am not is when I have a piece of art in my hands.
It's surprisingly easy to believe that about him.
But I was even more upset when Mr. Hicks walked by me.
Hold it!
Why were you so attentive to the time?
Because something unforgivable was happening.
Come to think of it, you were yelling about something unforgivable earlier.
I was giving a complaint to the attendant about the movie starting time. Return back to me my time and money. You understand the point.
Movie. Is he talking about the in-flight one that's mentioned in the magazine? A summary of the plot and its start time. Interesting.
License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. That's what they were gonna watch. Okay, interesting. They were supposed to show License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. He was excited. I don't blame him. I cannot see that movie in my country. You can only see it on international flights. I looked forward greatly to that movie. I checked my pocket watch whenever possible so I would not miss it. I even set my pocket watch to destination time when I came on board. So my watch is not wrong. It matched the schedule. That's a departure though, right? Yeah, okay, that's the issue. But the movie was still late. Very, very late.
Hold it!
Your pocket watch. I'd like to ask you a little more about it, if that's all right.
Hold it!
So this movie you mentioned, is it the one listed in the Sky magazine?
Yes. Are they allowed to say Sky Magazine? Isn't that like a licensed thing? I was so looking forward to watching License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder.
Miss Tenero, was this movie shown on this flight?
Yes, it was shown at the scheduled time.
Isn't it possible you simply slept through it by accident?
Nonsense! You doubt me?
No! Now stop pointing at me like that! Odd. How did he miss a movie that he was clearly hoping to see?
I checked my pocket watch a great number of times. That much I know for sure.
Hold it!
You're sure about what you just testified, Mr. LeBlanc?
Yes, of course! I am a very busy man. I am immediately busy when I land. I have many places to go and no time to waste adjusting my pocket watch.
I see. That was a very valuable statement you just made.
Flatter me all you want, but you will not get 1 cent out of me.
That's all right. All I require is this piece of testimony.
Hold it!
Since you only happened to see him, it's possible that you missed something in that glance.
Hold it! Even if I only happened, I did not miss a thing.
And how can you be so sure?
Just because!
I would appreciate it if you didn't take my life so lightly with a simple just because.
Well then, I was only making a joke. I saw Mr. Hicks, alright.
Hold it!
Is it possible that someone was hiding inside?
What? You dare insult me? I have belief in my eyesight. When I look for art to sell, I am often told I have great sight for the arts.
I think the phrase you were looking for was great sense, although that's debatable. But isn't it possible someone was just outside of your line of sight?
That's what I'm saying. You are persistent! I tell you, I looked clearly.
Hold it!
Why do you insist that you are absolutely not mistaken?
Because when I am saying I am not wrong, I am not wrong.
Mr. LeBlanc, if I may, I think beyond misconceptions and mistakes lies the truth.
Funny, that suspiciously mirrors something I told her only a little while ago. Fucking copycat.
I honestly don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying.
I don't think he's lying either. But I think he might be mistaken about something.
Mistaken?
Yes, and I'm going to correct his mistaken recollection with evidence.
And this professional attendant shall witness the prowess of a professional prosecutor.
She loves being a weird girl. Good for her. Oh, I never noticed the background is our office at night. Huh. That's cool. Okay, so it's either this or the next statement, but it's...
Objection!
Okay, so it's the next statement. He in American dollars. $9.99. Okay. Yeah. Alright. So technically this doesn't contradict him. He is set to the destination's time, but
Objection!
it's not what he needed. Whatever. Yeah, I think the logic in this these first two cases is she's a little rough. And then the first case of the next game, also the logic, there's one thing about it that makes me go crazy. But it gets better. It gets better, it's fine.
Mr. LeBlanc, you said this just now in your testimony.
I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board.
Now, if your watch had been set to our destination's time zone, it would mean that your watch is displaying the time of our destination.
Yes, and the correct time is worth its 6 cents.
I would like you to take a look at this. If you believe the Sky magazine, clocks on this flight run in accordance with the time of our departure time zone. Of course, the movie schedule was also created with that in mind. Miss Tenero, for confirmation's sake, what time zone is this flight aligned to right now?
Well, we made a short stop at a transfer point.
That's right. It was in that small Asian country, the Republic of Zhengfa.
But we didn't readjust our onboard clocks at that time. So right now, we are still running on Borginian time.
What?
The time difference between Borginia and our destination is 9 hours. In that case, it's only natural that your watch would be out of sync with the schedule.
What?
Further, with your analog watch set to our destination's time, it would appear to be running 3 hours fast when compared to the flight's onboard clocks. It also changes everything about your testimony. And you can bet 1,000,000 cents on that. In light of this information, it means you saw Mr. Hicks 3 hours prior at 3 a.m.
My 1,000,000 cents! Sorry, she's just making me laugh.
This should clear up all of the remaining accusations.
So this basically widens the time frame for the time of death, right?
Yes, because Mr. LeBlanc saw the victim enter the elevator at 3 a.m. It means that the time of death could be anywhere from 3 to 6:15 a.m. The question now is, where was Mr. Hicks during that span of time, and what was he doing?
I've got something to say.
And you are?
Yeah, I'm Cammy Neal. I'm a flight attendant.
And what is it you wish to say?
Well, I think your story is a little different from how I remember it.
What do you mean, Cammy?
Sleepy gal living in a world that requires you to be awake. She's just like me for real. I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 a.m., you know.
What? How can you be so sure of the time?
Oh, that's right. He pushed his call button while we were parked at the transfer point.
Ah, the stop we made for refueling and cargo transfer in Zhengfa, correct?
Interesting that they went... Usually when you're flying from Europe to the US, you go around over Europe, over North America, and then they would be in California. This flight went against that. It went, strangely, over Eurasia into an area near Taiwan, Hong Kong, like that area, and then to California. That's so strange. Anyway.
Yes, it was from 4 to 5 a.m. according to our clocks.
And during that time, did any of the passengers leave or did any new ones board this flight?
No. Not a single person got on or off in Zhengfa.
What about the flight crew?
The few who were handling the cargo transfer might have temporarily gotten on or off, but eventually everyone, including Cammy and myself, came back on the plane.
Hold on, how old is Cammy? Is she also the same age as Rhoda? Yeah, there. I know what you are. Anyway.
So basically, I can assume that no one left or got on since our initial takeoff. Interesting. I should keep that in mind.
Yeah, and I answered his call. I can tell you Mr. Acme Hicks was there in his seat when we took off again at 5 a.m.
Alright, then that puts the time of the murder between 5 and 6:15 a.m.
Okay, now what time did you come down to the lounge, Mr. Edgeworth?
I remember coming down here almost as soon as we left the Republic of Zhengfa.
No! You were here the whole time from 5, yes? Then you are the only one who could be the killer!
Mr. Edgeworth, were you really here in this lounge the entire time from 5 a.m. onwards?
Unfortunately, yes.
But then, how do we explain the footprints?
I also like how this game focuses on Miles. One of the gripes I have with AA4 is not focusing on Polly's development enough. Phoenix's inclusion can work, but as it is, he takes out most of the attention. He takes most of the immediate attention, but if you look at Apollo, it's more subtle. I think that, and I've said this before when we were playing it, but I think that the glories of AA4, the things that AA4 does so well is the subtleties. I think that's so cool how they ask you to pay attention like that. But to most people, that's annoying. And I get what you mean, and I definitely agree that Phoenix takes a lot more of the immediate, obvious spotlight in that game. Anyway. Is that not obvious? This man waited for Mr. Hicks here in this lounge. Waited to kill him, and then put the corpse into the elevator. That is when the turbulence happened. My eyewitness testimony may have been mistaken, but what time I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator on the 2nd floor does not matter, because the entire incident concluded here in this lounge.
Everything happened in this lounge? Is that what you really believe, Mr. LeBlanc?
Oh, do you have another idea?
I simply feel that there was something out of place in the scenario you presented. Is there something that can tie this crime to a location other than this lounge?
This came from the fucking thing
Take that!
that we haven't examined yet.
The murder weapon. This little piggy bank is sold at the in-flight shop. It is sold there and only there, and is not displayed here in this lounge. How then did it find its way here? Don't you find that a tiny bit suspicious?
Such a trivial point. It only means you prepared it, taking it from the shop first before coming here. Doesn't prove you are innocent at all.
Is there no way to win with this man?
Hold it! If I may.
What is it?
You see... Well, it's just as Mr. Edgeworth says.
Oh, and why do you know this so well?
Well, it's just that... that piggy bank was there in the shop. I saw it with my own eyes.
And when was this?
It was maybe around 5:40 p.m. 5:40 p.m. I'm tired. 5:40 a.m.
Isn't that just before we hit that patch of turbulence?
That's right.
You were in the shop just before the turbulence?
Yes, I was.
Come to think of it. Miss Tenero, when I found the body, I believe you came out of that door.
Yes, I did.
And what is beyond that door?
That's the flight attendant's room.
Then you were on the 1st floor.
Yes. I had to do something at the shop, and in the flight attendant's room. So I went to the shop first, and then to the flight attendant's room.
Are you saying you passed by me at some point?
Yes, you seemed really into the issue of Sky magazine you were reading at the time. I don't suppose you noticed me walking by.
I vaguely recall someone walking by, but I didn't take notice of who it was.
Anyway, the piggy bank was definitely there at the shop when I went there.
Why did you go to this shop in the first place?
I went there for a work-related matter.
Work, you say?
Yes, the upkeep of the shop is also one of my responsibilities.
Why did you not say anything about that until now is what I want to know.
In any case, I believe it's clear that the shop needs to be investigated as well.
Shall we head over there then?
Hold it!
What is it now?
Aren't you forgetting something, Ms. Rhoda? Don't you need the captain's permission to check the shop?
No, I haven't forgotten. But I have already asked him for permission to search the entire plane. So I think we're alright.
Huh? That's weird.
What is?
Well, I just talked to the captain, see? And he said that he didn't give you permission to do anything like that at all.
What is the meaning of this, Miss Tenero?
It means she's lying. Go on, admit that you are. You said you had permission to search all over, but you don't. And yet here you are.
You flight attendant! What are you trying to do? Pull the sheep over us?
The captain's calling for you, Ms. Rhoda. Oh, but don't worry. I already got permission to search the shop from the captain. See, unlike you, I do things the right way.
Miss Tenero, why would you do such a thing?
Please excuse me.
Looks like I get to be in charge now. Please go back to your seat, Mr. LeBlanc. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you would follow me, I will be your guide from now on. We're Girl Cammy Meal! Let's go!
There's something about Miss Tenero that has piqued my curiosity. But right now, investigating the in-flight shop is my top priority.
Alright. Wait, do you have anything to say? Oh, I am really mad. You had better hurry and bring to me some evidence.
If you could wait just a little longer while we look into the shop.
Don't number the birds before they are born.
Don't number the... what? I have no idea what he's trying to say.
Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Don't...
Thank you.
All I ask of you is your patience and cooperation.
Hi, girl.
Miss Meal, about investigating the in-flight shop. You're of no use to me asleep. Wake up!
What's up?
I need you to come with me so I can search the shop.
I don't want to have without me. I'll catch up with you later.
How has this woman not been fired yet?
Hold on. Piano. Oh, hi! He said it!
The piano. It's been a while since I played one of these. It might not be a bad idea to brush up a bit after all this time. Of course, that's contingent on the outcome of this case. It's time to get investigating.
That's so fun that he says that. He reveals. He apparently can play the flute as well.
Piano and flute. So this is the in-flight shop. It's quite a mess in here.
You think? I guess I'll have to clean things up then.
Hold on! You can't clean up a potential crime scene.
Oh, thank goodness. I hate cleaning so much.
I mustn't rush things here. I must remain cool, calm, and collected. Because this piggy bank was left at the crime scene. There is a very good chance that the killer had paid this place a visit.
Okay. My voice is getting tired. So I think actually we're gonna stop here. I know we're not to the to be continued yet, but my voice is getting tired. And then Thursday we can do more. I don't like to do longer streams on the night streams because I like to go and have my cozy little time in my bed. Before we get done here, I would like to try something. I'd like to try something a little crazy. So if you'll bear with me for a second, I'm gonna mute myself. I want to see if the piano thing actually works. So one moment, please. Okay, I'm gonna try something really fast. Oh, can you hear that? Let me turn it up just a little bit. Move my little cord. Oh god. I said move my little cord. Move my little cord. I can't see chat from here, but let me go look. Hold on. Okay, get a load of this. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna do something crazy. Okay, hold on. I gotta mute the game for myself for a second. Okay, let me put the setting on. There we go. Okay, good to know. Good to know that that works. So piano stream at some point, I guess? Is what that means? Alright, let me mute myself again. Okay, yeah. So good to know. Good to know that that works. All right, yeah. That actually encourages me so much more to practice like every day. I am working on duet, if it's not evident. It will be a better setup if I specifically set things up for a piano stream. It would be dope if I played some Fata Morgana songs. Oh, karma. Oh, karma. But anyway, we'll stop here for today, like I said. Voice is getting rough. Thursday we'll be back, though. And then... actually, I might, so in February, one of the things that I was going to do in February, I think is going to get postponed. So I don't know, I talked about doing a short game, which I might still do on those Saturdays, but depending on where we leave off in this game, it might just be this game, still on Saturdays in February. So I'll figure that out soon. But if not, what I'll do is I'll play that short game and then we can do a piano stream. That would be really fun. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's really exciting that I can do that now. I'll have to come up with a fun little graphic to have as your visual because I'm not showing my face or my piano. I'm not using a camera. Sorry, it's too much. But anyway, thanks for hanging out. You know the drill. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Be good to yourself. Be kind. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. Wear a mask, please. 'Tis the season. Norovirus is also going around. That is not something you want. I had a bad time on Thursday. Or that's how bad it was. I took a shit so bad. Oh my god. Okay, it keeps dropping my frames. Okay, fine. That's my cue. All right. Bye. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.